Hello. So last time we studied different kind of changes. Yes. Now, first of all, we will revise. Then we will see some more different kind of physical changes. Okay. We will see the method of physical changes like condensation and many more. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, reversible change. Okay. So kids, what is reversible change? You know? Yes, tell me. Reversible change. Yes, reversible change is an effect on a substance which can then be returned to its original state. Don't you get it? Means changes in which a substance return to its original state. Yes, reversible change means changes in which a substance returns to its original state. Yes, the change alter only the physical state of the substance. However, no new substance is formed. Yes, remember. So, in reversible changes, no new substance is formed. Never. No new substance. Never. Okay? Never ever. Never say never. Okay? That one. Understood? So, reversible changes. Changes is an effect on a substance which can then return to its original state. For example, yes, it's very simple example. When you heat the water, water change into steam. Yes, water vapor. Then water vapor, when we cool it, then again change into water. Yes. So I hope you understood reversible change is an effect on a substance which can then be returned to its original state. The change alter only the physical state of the substance. However, no new substance is formed. Let's move on the next point. Okay, kids, now we will study irreversible change. Yes, irreversible change. An irreversible change is a change that you cannot undo. Yes, it means such kind of changes in which a substance does not return to its original state. Yes, does not return to its original state. Such kind of changes are known as irreversible changes. Okay? So what are irreversible changes? Changes and in which the original state you cannot get. Yes, the substance cannot return to its original state. So an irreversible change is a change that you cannot undo. You cannot undo. If you burn a book, what will happen? Take your science book. Okay, take your science book. Tell your mother to give a matchbox. Take your science book. Tell your mother to bring a matchbox. Take the matchbox, light the matchstick, and burn your book. Om Swaha. Burn your book. Okay? So, what will happen? Your book will change into ash. Yes, then you are free from reading because now you cannot change the ash again into book. You cannot turn the ash into book. So, this is a irreversible change. Okay? So, an irreversible change is a change that you cannot undo. For example, if you burn a book, there is no way to restore it. There is no way to restore it. Even if you carefully collect all the ashes and all the smoke and all the gases, then that is produced by the fire. There is no possible way by the processing these material to make them come back together. They cannot come back together. Okay, understood? Now let's move on to the next point. Okay, now we will study physical changes and chemical changes. First of all, we will study chemical changes, then we will study the physical changes, then we will see the differences also. Yes, because it is very important to understand the differences. So, as you can see, the kids, a chemical change produce a new substance. Yes, chemical change always produce a new substance. Yes, example of chemical change, cooking an egg. Okay, So take an egg, cook it. It will convert into omelette. Yes. Egg converts into omelette. Now eat the omelette. No. Can you again convert omelette into egg? Yes, you can convert. No, you cannot convert. How can you convert omelette into an egg? It is not possible to convert omelette into egg. So it is a chemical change. Take iron nail, put in water. After a few days, it will change into rust. Now it is not iron, it is a rust. It is a chemical change. It is a chemical change. Take an incense stick, light it. The smell will spread in everywhere, all around us. But the incense stick will convert into ash. Can you again convert this ash into incense stick? You cannot convert. You cannot convert. Yes. Do a work. Okay. Do a work. Do a work. Take your maths notebook. Take your maths. No science notebook. You will not take science notebook. Take your maths notebook. Take a matchstick. Burn your notebook. Burn your notebook. Burn your notebook. Your notebook will turns into ash. Can you again convert ash into your maths notebook? No. Now you are free. This is a chemical change. So chemical change produce a new substance. Example of chemical change are burning, using an egg. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, now we will study physical change. So what are chemical change? Changes in which new substance produced, new product is formed. But in physical change, no new substance is formed. Yes, no new product is formed. The same will remain the substance. Substance will remain same. So what do you mean by physical change? A physical change does not produce a new substance. A physical change does not produce a new substance. Yes. What do you mean by physical change? A physical change does not produce a new substance. Example of physical change: melting ice cream. Yes, when your ice cream melt, then what happens? When your ice cream melt, then what happens? Your ice cream turns into liquid. Yes. So now you can drink also ice cream. After turning your ice cream into liquid, you can drink also. Good. You can drink. Okay. But if you want to eat ice cream, then what will you do? You will put the liquid in fridge. Yes, you will put the liquid in refrigerator. And then what will happen? It will again convert into ice cream. Yes. Which ice cream do you like? I like chocolate. I like mango ice cream. I like all the ice cream. I like all the ice cream. Yes. So physical changes are actually reversible changes, kids, remember, and chemical changes are irreversible changes. Okay. So physical change does not produce a new substance. Okay. Example of physical change include crushing of cane, melting an ice cream. Yes, give me some more example of physical change. Cutting of hair. Yes, look, my hair are very thick, long, too much dense. But if I cut, if I become bald, then what will happen? They will again come. Yes. So this is the example of physical change. So a physical change does not produce a new substance. Now let's see the difference. Let's move on the next point. Okay, as you can see the difference between physical change and chemical change. Okay, so you can see first side chemical change I have written, then physical change. Okay, so what are chemical changes? Chemical changes are not easily reversible. Yes, chemical changes are not easily reversible. We have already studied, but we are just revising. Okay, we are just revising so we can study the next point. Okay, easily. And physical changes are reversible. Chemical changes are not reversible, means they are irreversible. You cannot turns into again the same product. It means chemical changes, no new product, always new product form. In chemical changes, what happens? New product forms. Yes, in chemical changes, new products form. But in physical changes, no new product form. No new product form. Yes. Okay. And in chemical changes, reactants used up. Yes. In chemical changes, we use the reactant. In chemical changes, reactants are used. Reactants are those which participate in reaction. Reactants are those which participate in chemical reaction. Okay. And in physical changes, we do not use any reactant. Okay. Because in physical change, often just state change. Yes. Only state change means solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to again solid, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, again and. Okay. Example of physical change, ice melting. But in chemical change, often heat, light, sound, fizzing occur. Yes. Heat can produce, sound can produce, light can produce, fizzing can occur. Fizzing. This is fizzing sound. Okay. Just like the what should I say? This sound, just like very whispering sound. Okay. Often heat, light, sound, fizzing occur. So electricity may be produced. Yes. Again, firing like yes, thunder, just like thunderstorm. Okay, lightning like this. Electricity may be produced again. Okay. And precipitate may form. Precipitate means insoluble substance. Okay. Example: wood burning. So chemical changes are not reversible. No new, always new product form. Often heat, light, sound occur, fizzing occur, electricity may be produced. And in physical change, easily reversible, no new product form, often just state change. I hope you understood. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay, kids. Now let's see the examples of physical change and chemical change. Yes, let's see the lot of example of physical change. As you can see, example of physical change: cutting of trees, melting of butter in pan. Yes, and boiling of water for steam, dissolving common salt in water, making a fruit salad with raw fruit. And chemical change: rusting of almirah, passing of electric current through water, then breaking down into hydrogen and oxygen gas. And one more example of chemical change: burning of paper and wood. So first of all, physical change: cutting of tree. If you cut the tree, what will happen? Is it new product forming? No new product is forming, so it is physical change. Melting of butter in a pan. Yes, when butter melt it, then change into liquid. But if you freeze it, it will again change into butter. So it is reversible, means it is physical change. Boiling of water to form steam. Yes, steam can again convert into water. So it is the example of physical change. Dissolving common salt in water. Yes, if we dissolve common salt in water, they will mix. Okay. So here is any new product is forming? No. Can we separate them? Yes. So it is a physical change. And chemical change: rusting of almirah. Yes. Rusting of almirah changes into iron oxide. So now you cannot get the same product again. You cannot remove the rust. Okay. Passing of electric current through water, then breaking down of into hydrogen oxygen. When you pass the current in electricity, then what happens? Water change. Sorry, when you pass the current in water, it change into hydrogen and oxygen gas. Can you again get water from hydrogen and oxygen gas? No, it is not possible. So all these are the example of physical change and chemical change. Now let's see again the difference between physical change and chemical change by different method. Let's move on to the next point. Okay, now let's see again difference. Okay, physical change and chemical change. So physical changes are actually change in physical property. Yes, physical property can change in physical change. Okay, physical property can change in physical change. Example: state means solid, liquid, gas can change. Okay, so now chemical change in chemical property. Yes, in chemical change what happens? Chemical property can change. Okay, physical changes are reversible changes, chemical changes are not reversible changes, they are irreversible. Okay, and physical changes: composition of matter does not change. Yes, the number of atom remains same, But in chemical changes, composition of matter change, and in physical change, not accompanied by large energy change. Yes, it means no heat release, no energy release, but in chemical change accompanied by large energy. It means either heat release or absorb. So in physical change, physical property can change. Okay, state can change and many other things. We will see in next slide. Next slide we will see the different kind of physical property, and I have already shown you in previous class. Yes, am I right? And change in chemical property, yes, it happens, like flammability, burning of capability of anything. And physical changes are reversible, means new product never formed. And in chemical changes are irreversible, means always new product form. Okay. And physical change, if I talk about physical change, one more thing, composition of matter does not change. And in chemical change, composition of matter changes. And in physical change, not accompanied by large energy changes, no energy involved. And in chemical change, energy is always involved. Okay. Examples of physical change, as you can see, freezing of water. An example of chemical change, burning of wood. Okay. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay, it's now let's see the physical properties and chemical properties. So we know that physical changes, example of physical changes are cutting of trees, melting of butter in a pan, boiling of water to form steam, dissolving common salt in water, making a fruit salad with raw fruit. An example of chemical changes are rusting of almira, passing of electric current through water and then breaking down into hydrogen and oxygen gas, burning of paper and wood. Okay, and we know that in physical changes, what happens in physical changes, physical properties change, but in chemical changes, chemical properties change. So as you can see, physical properties and chemical properties. Yes, first of all, look the physical properties. Okay, physical properties, I have written 6 physical properties and 5 chemical properties. So color, shape, size, density, amount, volume, these are physical properties. So which are the physical property? Color, shape, size, density, amount, volume. And which are the chemical properties? Flammability, rusting, burning, corrosion, reactivity. Yes. Density, what is the meaning of density? Density is equal to mass upon volume. Means if the density of water, you know kids, ships float in water, but stone does not float. Stone sink. Stone sink. Why? Because of density. Because the density of stone is more than the density of water. If any object has density more than the density of water, then it will always sink. But if any object has density less than density of water, then it will always float. When volume increase, density decrease. When volume decrease, density increase. Okay. So when volume is less, density will increase. That time object will sink. When volume increase, density will decrease. That time object will float. Okay. And chemical properties, you can see flammability, rusting, burning, corrosion, reactivity. I have already explained all these. Okay. So you can see flammability means the ability of being burning. Yes. If something can burn and it does not change again into original state, then it is flammability, the ability of being burned. Rusting, yes, corrosion. Okay. For example, iron gets corroded, copper gets corroded. Okay. Burning, you know. Okay. Reactivity, yes, actually due to reactivity, one substance, one chemical react with another chemical. Due to reactivity, one substance can replace, one chemical can replace another chemical. Yes. Okay. I hope you understood which are physical properties and which are chemical properties. So as you can see on the screen, physical properties, color, shape, size, density, amount, volume. And chemical properties, flammability, rusting, burning, corrosion, reactivity. Okay. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay, so you can see ripening of fruit. You can see the grapes. Yes. Did you study the story in lower class? Once there was a fox. She was very hungry. She saw here and there. Then she saw a bale of grapes. Yes. She saw a climber of grapes. Then she tried hard and hard but didn't get. Then she said, the grapes are sour. Yes. Okay, so tell me, changing in color of grape means ripening of fruit. Ripening of fruit is reversible change or irreversible change? Yes. Tell me, it is reversible change or irreversible change? Yes, kids, it is irreversible change because you you are you cannot again change into raw fruit. Yes, you cannot change into raw fruit because you know that what is the definition of reversible change and irreversible change? We know that irreversible change and irreversible change is a change that you cannot undo. Yes, so ripening of fruit is irreversible change. Ripening of fruit is irreversible change. Okay. For example, if you burn a book, there is no way to restore it. Okay. So this is the example of irreversible change. Now let me show you one more picture and tell me what kind of change is it? It is reversible or irreversible? Let's move on the next point. Okay kids, now look the picture. What is happening? The man is crushing, breaking down the can, crushing the can. Tell me, is it chemical change or physical change? Yes, it is physical change. And is it reversible or irreversible? Yes, it is reversible change. It is reversible change and also physical change. Because here, as you can see, breaking down the cane, we can again make the same shape. We can bring it back to its original state. So it is reversible change. Okay. And because we are not getting any no new product, so it is not chemical change, it is reversible change. Okay, it is not irreversible change. Okay, so crushing of cane is an example of physical change and reversible change. Okay, so we can say physical changes are reversible changes. And as I already told you the definition of reversible changes. Yes, so what is the definition of reversible change? Changes in which a product doesn't substance return to its original state. Yes, so reversible change is an effect on a substance which can then be returned to its original state. The change alter only the physical state of the substance, however no new substance is forming. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay, it's now we'll study a new topic, that is melting. Okay, can you see the ice in beaker? Can you see the ice in beaker? What is the state of ice? What is the state of ice? Yes, ice is in solid state. Now look the picture of water. Water is in which state? Liquid state. From where did we get the water? From where did we get the water? Yes, we get the water from ice. Means when ice converted into liquid, means when ice converted into water. Why? Because of melting, because of temperature, increasing the temperature. Because if you put the again water into fridge, then it will again change into ice. So it is the example of physical change also. Okay. So what is melting? What is melting? The topic is melting. The process of changing solid to liquid is by heating is known as melting. So melting happens on heating or increasing the temperature. So the process of changing solid into liquid. Yes, the process of converting solid into liquid by heating is known as melting. So melting is the process by which we can convert into water. We can convert ice into water. Can we again convert water into ice? Yes, we can easily convert. Yes. Okay. So it is the example of melting. Yes. Okay. Please write down, draw the diagram. I am giving you few seconds. Your time starts now. So kids, you can see melting. Okay. I hope that you understood what is melting. Yes. The process of changing solid to liquid by heating is called melting. For example, ice melt into water. Yes. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, kids. Now let's study about next topic, freezing. Okay, FREEZING, freezing. Freezing is also known as solidification. Yes, freezing is also known as solidification. So as you can see, water picture. Yes, water is the liquid form. Okay, and you can see ice in the form of solid. Yes, so if you put the water in a fridge, if you put the water in fridge, yes, what will happen? Water will change into ice. Yes, then put the ice in your coffee, then make cold coffee and drink. Good, good, good. Drink. Yes. No, you don't like ice? Then you can put the ice in juice. Yes. Drink cold juice. Yes, I love juice. I love mango juice. I love papaya juice. But I love all kind of juice. Yes. But mostly I like pineapple juice. Which juice do you like the most? Tell me. Yes. Okay, it's freezing. Freezing is also known as solidification. Yes, freezing is also known as solidification. So, what do you mean by freezing? The process of changing liquid to solid by cooling. Yes, when you decrease the temperature. Not heating, no heating, no heating, no heating. So, the process of changing liquid into solid by cooling is known as freezing. The process of changing liquid to solid by cooling is known as freezing. Okay, please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. Okay. So kids, I hope that you understood freezing. Freezing is also known as solidification. SOLIDIFICATION, solidification. Changing liquid to solid by cooling is called freezing. Okay, now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's now we will study evaporation. Yes, now we will study evaporation. Spelling of evaporation: EVAPORATION. EVAPORATION, evaporation. Yes, means changing of liquid to gas by heating is known as evaporation. What is evaporation? Changing of liquid into gas by heating is known as evaporation. Now you can see the spelling of evaporation is EVAPORATION, not EVAPOURATION. The spelling which is written between water picture, which is wrong. Okay. So what is evaporation? Changing of liquid to gas by heating. Yes, by heating. When you increase the temperature, that time water change. But if you will not increase the temperature, if you will not heat, water will not change into gas. Yes, water will not change into water vapor. Yes, liquid will not change into gas. Liquid will not change into gas. So as you can see the picture in the beaker, what there is water and we are heating with a burner on the burner. So after what happens? All the water will convert into gas. Yes. But if you put a cover something like, then it will again change into water. Okay. So this is a evaporation process. So the process of changing water into water vapor is known as evaporation. Okay, I hope you understood. Now please write down. I'm giving you a few seconds. So kids, you can see change of liquid to gas by heating is evaporation. Okay, now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's now condensation. CONDENSATION, condensation. Condensation means cooling down when you decrease the temperature. Okay, suppose after evaporation, okay, after evaporation what happens? We know that after evaporation water vapor change, after evaporation water change into water vapor. Okay, after evaporation process water change into water vapor. Now if we cool down, if you cool the water vapor, then what will happen? It will again change into water. Yes, gas will change into liquid if we cool down. So what is condensation? Condensation means making cooling, if you do cooling. Okay, so the process of changing gas to liquid by cooling is known as condensation. So what is condensation? The process of converting gas to liquid by cooling is known as condensation. Yes, please write down. I'm giving you few seconds. Okay, it's time to ask question from you. Question number 1. Define following: melting, freezing, evaporation, condensation. Yes. So what is the definition of melting? Yes, the process of changing solid to liquid by heating is known as melting. Yes, the process of converting solid to liquid by heating is known as melting. For example, if you heat the ice, it will change it to water. Next, freezing. So what is freezing? The process of changing liquid to solid by cooling. Yes, by cooling is known as freezing. So what is freezing? The process of changing liquid to solid by cooling is known as freezing. Or you can say the process of converting liquid into solid by cooling. Yes, when you decrease the temperature, that time freezing agar. Freezing yani if you put water into fridge, then it change into ice, which is a freezing. Next is evaporation. Yes, what is evaporation? The process of changing liquid to gas by heating is known as evaporation. Yes, check the spelling of evaporation: evaporation. Okay, or you can say the process of converting liquid into gas by heating is known as evaporation. So in evaporation process, always temperature increase, heat is required. Okay, you can see water is changing into water vapor, which is the example of evaporation. Now we will study condensation. So what is condensation? First check out the spelling of condensation: condensation. Okay, so what is condensation? The process of changing gas into liquid by cooling, means decreasing the temperature, is known as cooling. So when we decrease the temperature, when we cool down, that time what happens? Gas converted into liquid. So as you can see, water vapor is changing into water. This is the example of condensation. Okay, now the chapter is over. Now we will meet in next class. Till then, bye bye.